From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Andres Borregales ready to get us started. And we're underway from Kansas City. Gamble now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Throwing to start this game. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 11. It's 2nd and
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Hopefully not a sign of how this game is going to go as they step up for 2nd and long.
Ready? 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Spins out of one side.
If you really study the great teams when it comes to running that play, that draw concept, watch the offensive line's pad level. Those defenders, those linebackers, they're looking for cues and tells. That offensive line gives it away, that play gets hit in the mouth. Instead, well, those guys sold it just perfectly, and the yards follow.
Ready up.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Set. Cougar 19. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Kansas City sends out its punt team. Breaks the tackle. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll throw to begin this drive. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll work against the blitz. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. All right, 0-2 to start the game, and I'm guessing, partner, we're probably going to see a 3rd pass now here. Throw here, 3rd down. It's his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30.
At their own 26-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Half the 60, half the 60.
Throw here on first. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Well, you love when you can go from first down to first down, Brock. It makes things easy for an offense, and it is the primary reason that he gets looks that he does.
Every touch he gets has a solid chance of working out just like that, and it's why many of these first quarter looks have his name all over them.
On the draw, it's Barkley. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Brought down by Jahan Campbell.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Second down pass play coming. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A pickup of 17. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down, play action. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single eye or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Riley Patterson on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Raiders nothing.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the run back of the... The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Give him 25 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Another carry for him. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Trying for the deep ball. That one connects. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Chris Olave with the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
One after is good by Borregales. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Campbell now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And some excellent field position awaiting them. That return up close to the 40 before he went out. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Absolutely fires this one right side. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I like that right there, Kate. Early in this game, show your cards. Double this guy. They know his ability, his reputation. Make somebody else beat you.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Cowboy 80.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st down, run with Barkley. And he's only able to get back to the line, and it's going to be 2nd down.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
70 Timberwolves. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a 1st down here. They got the interference call on 3rd down, and that keeps this drive going with a new set of downs. Back down, pressure coming. Throwing the out route, complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now.
Let's go now. 19, Tiger, 19.
It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half.
On the double.
2nd and 3 now.
Let's go. 60.
Back to throw. Reeled in by Jaden Reed. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it and doing his job.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Hawk 70.
Throwing it on second down. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a second quarter lead. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off for the touchdown.
Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
That's grabbed inside the 30. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Campbell now on the return. Things going well so far. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. Will cobble together a yard there. Ruben Hippolyte the second, able to bring him down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
He's got it inside the 25. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw here. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Zay Frazier has it. And they get to him and tackle him on the return, but will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. First and 10, looking to throw. Going right downfield to Olave. He's not going to get any further after that catch. Tackle made at the 29-yard line. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Passing now on 2nd and 10. They connect on the deep shot. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. And that is his third touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? Corey Gallis tacks on the extra point. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7.
Chiefs 14.
Borregales on to send it away. Gamble now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. First and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that's a Chiefs first down.
You know he'll never shy away from embracing contact on a play right up the gut. Come on. You know getting that toss in the open field is so much more fun. And on that play, well, certainly more exciting for all of us to watch too.
A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. They're down to their final one in this half. They've got first down here from the 36. Here's a throw. Blitz is there, and he goes down. Offensive line fast.
It's a loss of 8. Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 44-yard line.
Takes the second down snap. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. But 2 in a row now have slipped away.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Hits him on the out route. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. They get 23 on that one. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And that's some decent running there. Gets him 4. It's going to be 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it has been an exciting one so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. Stick around. More from Arrowhead on the other side. Throwing on 2nd. He's going to be caught by Tyler Warren. And he'll get it up to the 44. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st down, Raiders.
They'll run it from the gun. Call it 70 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They're going to try and throw it here. Completed to his running back. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
New set of downs for him from the 31. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Got a man downfield. This is Neighbors. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down. Offense up to the line fast. Guy plays straight ahead. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
The 2nd down pass. Intercepted. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Go.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last 2nd attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down.
19, Pioneer.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds Barkley underneath. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. not taken by Kansas City. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Head to 60. Head to 60.
Still sticking with the passing game. Galloping inside the 40. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. We get a timeout. 8 seconds remaining before halftime. Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on 1st down. From the right hash, 55 yards out. It's far enough, but no good. He sent it just a little bit right. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Final throw before the break. Buys time, rolling right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. To start this drive. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
2nd and 10, still at the 28. They'll go play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw intended for Tyler Warren. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. They'll air it out on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
And the Raiders 1st down.
Sticking to the air here. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Throwing it again here. That's incomplete on 2nd down. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
We'll go with a design keeper. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down. We've set it down from 37. On 1st down, they'll run. This is ahead for about 5. Julian Love bringing that one to an end.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. They're throwing it. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his second interception of the season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Throwing now on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be second down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Design bootleg here. And again, it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions. It made this third down.
Brings up a third down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
They'll throw, third and long. And this is another incompletion. Didn't lead the intended target. So that brings up fourth and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Jukes away from one. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's first and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
Textbook hitch route. Hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Completed over the middle. Hit some space around midfield. And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. In the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Motion to the left is Olave. To throw here on 1st down. Brought in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete to number 1, Malik Neighbors. A gain of 4.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one.
At the 9-yard
It's the
line.
Raiders' ball. A chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. Second and 6 coming up here. Looking in the air here. Right back to Neighbors, and he's got it. And he's down very close to that first, but looks like he is stopped just in time after a gain of 4.
Brings up
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the side.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Raiders go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. They broke out the design run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, KQB, do your thing, get a 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
at their own 27-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Come out throwing. Looking right, and he finds it. Galloping inside the 40. And they're going to have it all the way down near the 25.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Top 70.
And they're going to throw out of the gun. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Back to the air they go on 2nd down. And again, it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back, and 2 straight incompletions. It made this 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
As a
down
quarterback, you
and
love
10.
when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
Here we go. Here we go.
3rd and long for him here. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this.
Tag.
Desperation time here. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came.
Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs now within 1 score in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. The throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
They go play action on 1st down. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now they face 2nd down.
Kelvin Joseph there on the coverage.
Short pass brought in. He brushed him off with ease. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. A pickup of 17. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
From the red zone now. It's his running back. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
This one's caught. And they're going to be set up with 1st and goal as this goes out of bounds, Brock, at the 3-yard line.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And no place for him to go. The Chiefs take him down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up. Pass play coming here. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders go up by 2 scores. 13 points in the 4th. Chris Olave with the touchdown. A 4th for him in this game, and 1 more ties the record. That one right down the middle. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. Now Borregales on to send it away. Gamble now on the return. Good work so far. He's got room. And what a great start for their series. He's all the way up close to the 45-yard line before stepping out.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
There's a screen to Barkley. Down the sideline to the 45. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the 1st, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Batted away at the line, incomplete. He didn't put it high enough to get it over that line. 2nd down coming up. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Again to throw on 2nd. Completed to his running back. It's right up next to that 1st down. Doesn't quite get there. Gain of 9. That brings up 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the fourth.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on down.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
First down, play action. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, deep down the left side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket and keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Throw here, third down. It's complete. This is Olave. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. Fourth down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this. The keeper. And forget this first down. He's made as he got to the line. They're not going to get this. This is a turnover on downs. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Set. Bronco 80. Do this, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Airing it out to start this drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Target that time, Jaden Reed. So it's 2nd down coming up. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that. I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Shut up. Nice hook.
Air it out on 3rd. Gets everything he has under this one. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Eagles, 60.
Here he goes, got to have this on 4th down. Forces one through double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders have it as he reports the first interception of his young career.
Okay, that's just one of those situations that is so difficult to be a quarterback in that spot. It's kind of like being a pitcher in a 3-0 count. You just oftentimes don't win. You feel like you got to force the issue, and you force the issue, then interceptions follow.
He puts some air under it deep down the left. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Setting up the screen, it's Olave. He's out near midfield and still going. Near the sideline at the 30, still going. And he's out of bounds, but what a great play there, Brock. He's got him into field goal range. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. they'll run here on first down. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Back to throw. Throw caught. And he goes down, so they're set up with a nice 1st and goal as we've reached our 2-minute warning. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Design quarterback run here. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try and punch it in.
You get to these goal-to-goal situations, you know what a win is defensively, Kate? A stalemate. Just don't let them go forward. When you actually knock them backwards as they just did, you've now energized your whole group defensively.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on 3rd and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on 4th down.
We know how hard it could be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you've got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense. We've got ourselves a 3-score game now after that make. It's got to feel like it's going to just about do it with any hopes of a comeback still smoldering. I think these kickers enjoy those opportunities, Kate, to be the one to get this lead out of range.
And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Got for big yards on the right side. Hits the 20. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs get it back to within 2 possessions. Patterson on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chiefs cut the lead down to 10. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Raiders able to cover up the onside try. That seals up this game. 1st and 10 from the 43. They're going to pass it here. Escapes out to the left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. Tackle made at the 10. 1st and goal coming up.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Line up the design keeper. So it's a road.